gate no longer shuts, so you don't ask it to. You only lift it by its cold wire and let it fall back against the post. And you are inside the allotments now, in the dark, in the first hard cold of the year. The town is behind you and below you, a low orange smear of light caught under the cloud. And ahead of you, the plots run off into blue going black, fence after fence of chicken wire and salvaged board, gate after gate that no one bothers to close. You stand a moment and let your eyes begin to give up the brightness you brought from the street. Somewhere across the rows, someone has a fire going, and the smell of wood smoke reaches you before anything else does, thin and sweet and a little resinous, rolling low along the ground. You carry the lantern by its wire handle, and you find the bent nail in the fence post by feel, the way you always do, and you hang it there, and the small, warm circle steadies and holds. It is not much light. It is 3 steps across, maybe, a pool of honey-colored dark gold thrown down onto the stiffening grass. And past its edge, the world simply stops being gold and becomes blue instead. And past that, black. But it is enough. It is exactly enough. You have never needed more than this out here, and you have come to love the smallness of it, the way it makes the whole cold night into one quiet room with no walls and no roof, only your one lit corner of earth and the work waiting in it. You stand with your hands still bare, and you breathe out, and your breath clouds and drifts and is gone. The cold has found your collar already, a thin, cool finger of it down the back of your neck. But the rest of you is fine, warm from the walk, and you are in no hurry. That is the first thing you tell yourself, the way you tell yourself the same thing every year. There is nothing to finish tonight, no clock that matters, no one waiting. You can do all of it or some of it. You can stop whenever the cold says stop. The garden does not care how long you take, and neither tonight do you. And the not caring settles into you slow and good, like warmth coming back into a hand. So you begin where you always begin, with the dahlias, because the frost has already done half the work, and there is a small mercy in starting with what is most clearly finished. You take the secateurs from your coat pocket, and the handles are bitterly cold for a second against your palm, and then they are not, because your hand is warm and the metal gives in. You find the first stalk by the lantern's light, blackened all down its length, slumped and frost-killed. The bright reds and oranges of summer gone to wet, dark rags at its head. You set the blades low on the stem, and you press, and there is that small resistance first, the green refusal of a thick stalk, and then the give, then give way, the soft collapse of it, and the snick, clean and final, and the cut end breathes up at you, cold and bitter, and faintly green inside, hollow as a straw. You lay it down. You find the next. Snick. You find the next. You work down the row in the small gold light, and your hands take over the way they do, knowing the work better than you do, and your mind goes quiet in the rhythm of it. And a soft, running count starts up somewhere underneath your thoughts, the way it always does. These, then the carrots, then I'll sit. A little ladder of small things to come down, one rung at a time. The blackened stalks gather in a loose, dark armful at your feet. The hollow smell of them rises and mixes with the wood smoke. Your breath goes out and clouds and goes. Snick. The cold deepens by a degree you don't notice. And you cut. And you lay it down. And you find the next. When the dahlias are done, you straighten up. And your back tells you it has been kneeling. And you press the heel of your hand into it and look around. There, on the upturned milk crate by the path, is the thermos, squat and dented and faithful, where you set it down on the way in. You think of it the way you always think of it about now, that the tea inside is going cool out there in the cold, that it has been going cool this whole time, that if you wanted it hot, you would have to go and drink it now. And you don't go. You half know already how this ends, that by the time you sit down to it, the tea will be cool, only cool, lukewarm at best. And you find you don't mind, and the not minding is its own small pleasure. You'd like it warm. You will not hurry to keep it warm. Either way will be fine. The wanting is so small and so soft that holding it loosely costs you nothing, and you let it sit there on the crate in the dark, the one little wish of the whole night, and you turn back to the beds. Now the carrots. You kneel again, lower this time, down close to the earth, where the cold is gathering thickest, and you set the lantern's gold across the row, and you work your fingers into the soil at the shoulder of the first one. The earth is loosening, crumbling, granular, and cool, and faintly damp, the worked soil of generations giving way easily around the root. And you find the carrot's cold top by feel, and you ease it, and you twist, and it comes free with that small, tearing whisper of fine roots letting go. And there it is, in your hand, slim and cold and pale, soil clinging dark to its shoulder. You knock it gently against your wrist to loosen the dirt. You lay it in the trug. You reach for the next. They come up one after another in the small light, slim, cold roots out of the crumbling dark, and the smell of opened earth rises around you, that mineral, iron smell of soil, the smell of underneath. And then, deeper, the beets. You have to dig for these. Work your fingers down past where the carrots were, and they come up round and dark and heavy and cold as stones out of a stream bed. The cold of the ground gone all the way into them. You hold one a moment in your bare palm and feel exactly how cold it is, how much of the season it has already taken into itself, and you set it down with the others. And here is the thing you stay down for, the thing you kneel a moment longer than you need to for. Every year, you sink your bare hand flat into the opened soil, down past the cold crust of it. And there, underneath, faint and fading, but real, is warmth, the last of the summer. The heat of all those long days still ghosting up out of the ground, being given back slow and steady to the hard, cold sky. The earth letting go of the year by inches. You hold your hand there in it. The warmth seeps up around your fingers in the dark, faint as a held breath, and you stay with it until your knees complain, and then a little longer, and then you draw your hand out, and the cold closes over the place where it was. You pull your gloves on now, the old, soft, shapeless ones, and the cold finds the worn-through fingertip at once, the one knuckle left bare to the night, while the rest of your hand goes warm. And you smile at that, the way you smile at it every time. And you go to the straw. The bale is half spent, breaking apart soft and golden where you left it. And you carry it down the beds by the armful, and the dry stalks shift and rasp and whisper against your coat, and you bank it up against the roots of the things that are staying, heaping it over the crowns, tucking it in along the brick edging so no cold can get underneath. The straw is the warmest feeling thing out here, dry and soft, and the color of lamplight. And the smell of it is the smell of barns and harvests and good dust. You work it in around the bases of the plants, mounding it, smoothing it. And when the first bed is done, you do the thing you always do without ever deciding to. You press the flat of your gloved hand down on the banked straw, gently, just to feel it settle. And you catch yourself doing it. You notice, half amused, that the gesture is exactly the one you'd use to smooth a blanket down over someone already asleep. The same flat palm, the same little settling press. You have always done this. You didn't learn it, and you never decided it. You just press the bed down soft and feel it give, and you move on to the next bed, and you bank that one too, the straw shifting and rasping, the cold finding your one bare knuckle, your breath clouding in the gold light. And when it is mounded right, you press it down again, flat-handed, gentle, tucking the earth in at the edges so no cold gets under. The frost is coming on properly now. You can see it just past the edge of the lantern's gold, out where the light gives way to blue. The grass going silver, blade by blade, a fine white needling of it, each stiff stem furring over with cold. It is so quiet that you can almost believe you'd hear the frost if you held still enough. The small crystalline arriving of it, the whole field of grass turning to silver wire in the dark. You breathe out. The cloud of your breath hangs longer now in the colder air before it goes. There is less to do now, and you do it slower, the way you slow your steps near the end of anything you don't want to end. The hose first. It is stiff with the cold, gone half rigid, and you walk its length, lifting it to shake the last water out. And the water comes in cold dribbles and bright, cold beads onto the silvering grass. And you coil it by hand onto its reel, turn by turn, and the reel squeaks its one dry squeak with each turn, a small, homely sound in the hush, and you wind it down until the hose is a tidy, stiff coil, and the spigot is shut, and nothing is left to freeze and split in the nights to come. Then the bean canes, last of all, the tall, lean teepee of them that has stood all summer with its green going up and up. You untie the twine at the top where they all lean together. The ball of garden string lives in your pocket too, gone slightly damp, and you cut what you need with the secateurs, snick and coil the loose ends, and you bring the canes down out of their summer height, gather them, lay them low along the ground, and bind them down close where the winter wind can't worry at them. And when they are tied down low and safe, you find your hand has gone flat against them, pressing them gently settled. The same press, the same soft tucking down, like turning down a quiet body that has already gone under, that doesn't stir, that only sinks a little deeper at your touch. You leave your hand there a moment. Then you take it back. And that is the work. That is all of it. Or all of it you mean to do tonight. And you stand up slow in the cold and look around at what you've done and find there is a deep, plain satisfaction in it. The kind that asks for nothing and explains nothing. The beds banked and mounded and tucked. The roots up out of the ground. The canes down. The hose coiled. The frost coming on silver all around your one gold circle of light. The garden is going under for the winter, and you have helped it go. Smoothed its blankets, turned it down. It looks asleep already. It looks like something breathing slow. So you go and sit. The upturned crate is cold straight through your coat the instant you settle onto it. That hard plastic cold, and you don't mind. You take up the thermos and unscrew the cup and pour, and the tea comes out without much steam, and you wrap both gloved hands around the cup and lift it and drink, and it is cool, not warm. Cool, only just on the kind side of cold. The heat of it long given up to the night, the way the heat of the earth is being given up to the sky. And it is fine. It is exactly fine. Exactly what you knew it would be. And the small wish you carried so loosely all evening is answered with a small, cool mouthful of tea. And you find you wanted nothing more than this. You sit. You let your head tip back. And the sky, which you have not really looked at since you came in, is there above you. Gone fully dark now, gone past blue into true black, and the stars are out. Not the few soft smudges of an ordinary night, but the hard, bright, uncountable ones that only come on the first cold, clear nights of the season. White and sharp and steady. More of them the longer you look, crowding down out of the black until you can't tell any more where the known ones end and the dust of the rest begins. They don't twinkle so much as burn. They look colder than the frost. You sit on the cold crate with the cool cup in your hands and your breath clouding up toward them. And you don't think about much of anything at all. Somewhere far off, a dog. One dog, twice, 3 times, and then it stops. And the hush comes back over everything, deeper for having been broken. The deep, cold, settling hush of a frost coming down with no wind in it. No leaf moving, no car, no voice. Only the tick now and then of cold working into the wood of a fence or the wire of a gate. The small sounds of the world going stiff. You finish the tea. You screw the cup back on. You do not get up just yet. When you do get up, it is slow, and you don't go anywhere. You stand by the crate with the empty thermos beside you, and you put your hands down into your coat pockets where it is warm. And you stand there in the cold, sweet dark and let the whole place be what it is. The lantern burns small and steady on its nail. The frost has come in silver all the way to the edge of the gold and is waiting there. The beds are banked and breathing slow under their straw. All of them tucked in now, all of them gone under. And you are the last one still awake out here, the only warm thing standing in the whole cold field. And it is good to be that for a while, to stand with your hands in your pockets in the dark at the edge of town with the stars hard overhead and the smoke going thin on the air and everything tucked in and sleeping around you. You are in no hurry to turn for home. You keep meaning to, in a minute, in a little while. And the meaning to is soft and unpressing, and you let it stay soft. The cold is sweet. The dark folds in close and easy around the small gold light. Your breath goes up slow toward the stars and clouds, and is gone, and goes up again, and clouds, and is gone. And even the thought of turning for home is loosening now, going soft at its edges, the way the dahlia stalks gave way under the blades, the way the straw settled under your hand, going quiet, going down, ready, like everything else out here, to be tucked in too. In a minute, in a little while, the lantern is small and warm. The grass is silver. You are not cold. You are not anywhere you have to leave.